Alright, Kiss Army. It's time to drop the needle, kiss my wax.
Hello everyone, welcome to the next episode of Kiss My Wax. My God, it's been a while. I am one of your co-hosts, Jason Herndon, and with me as always,
Tom Shannon. Good to see everybody.
And we want to welcome back.
He's back, and this is Andrew Sgambati. Good to be back. Good to be back.
Yeah, that's right. So you notice we've got Andrew on, and it's not just a guest spot. We're gonna, Andrew's back full time on Kiss My Wax, or how many ever episodes we decide we're gonna do. But we've made some changes. As if you guys are with us and watching Kiss My Boots, you know that me and Andrew have been doing Kiss My Boots for a little while now. And we brought Tom on full time to Kiss My Boots. And we're getting ready, hopefully within the next month, maybe, to start recording the Kiss My Kollectibles podcast. And that will be all three of us as well, with Nicholas Buckland from Australia. So we're going to try to.
I think we have Phil Cass. Is Phil Cass as a member on there too?
Yeah, don't say that. So anyway, we just decided to try to keep things a little more consistent with the co-hosts across the board, and so this is what we decided to do, and bring it
basically make it your one-stop shop for all types of Kiss collecting. So whether you're collecting bootlegs, whether you're collecting vinyl or merchandise, you can see these three guys here, and we have the best faces for radio. So
that's exactly right. So anyway, thanks for joining us today. We've debated back and forth since we've gotten through all of the major makeup releases that has the most variants in the 70s and all that stuff. We've debated how we were going to handle this, but I think we're going to take a chunk of the non-makeup records today, and we're going to cover as best we can. We're going to do Lick It Up through Hot in the Shade today, and then we've got some plans for the 90s and beyond that we'll tell you about on the next couple of episodes. But that's what we're going to bite off and chew on a little bit today. Plus, we'll talk about some updates with Tom's book, and maybe a couple of us have something to open.
I was going to say, that's the best part of the show. We got to open stuff up. We got to drop some stuff on the floor.
That's right.
Yeah.
So let's start with that. Who wants to go first? Because I don't think I have anything, but I know, Tom, you've got some stuff that you wanted to share.
Yeah, I'm going to get a little long-winded with mine.
Okay.
That's fine. All right. Let's let Andrew go.
All right, so I got one thing, and this isn't, there it is, it's not vinyl. However, it does come from a good friend of the show. So this is from Japan. And,
okay.
So
opening, and you're still opening stuff live. No, you pre-opened it. Okay.
I learned from the last time. So actually, all I did is I just pre-cut this box. So I haven't opened the contents of it yet. So I got this here. Got a nice little baggy bag. It looks like it's taped around here. So let's loosen up this tape. All right. So we got a nice little bag, and gee, I wonder what's in this bag. I know.
Oh, nice!
Yeah.
Nice.
And a very nice condition Kiss World 2017 tour book. This is the first one. I have a couple coming to me, just because I had a bunch of friends. Because you never know if someone is able to get one for you, or if something happens and they can't carry it for you. So I always reach out to a couple of people. It's a really, really cool picture. It smells fantastic, just like a tour book.
I love that.
Just like a tour book smells. And so I usually get 2 or 3 people to try to get me 1 or 2, just to make sure that I actually can get one in my possession. I haven't had the best time ordering from the official Kiss store, getting the tour books. So maybe on a later episode when we talk about Monster, I'll show you all the Monster tour books I have. I have 8.
Really?
Because they kept sending me copies that were just sent in a bag, and they were just trashed. They were just completely trashed. So this one, you guys know Alan. Alan talks about how much care they put into everything in Japan, and so he did a great job on this. It was shipped in a bag, and then the bag was put in a nice box. So all the corners are nice and sharp, and this is in really nice shape. So if he's listening here, and I've already sent him a message, Alan, thank you for this.
Cool.
Obviously I paid for it, but still, he went and got one for me. So I'm really appreciative to Alan for all he does for us. So yeah, Kiss World 2017 tour book.
Even though I don't have it to open, since you opened that, I do want to say thanks to our good friend Danny overseas, who does all of our graphics and everything. He just sent me a nice package of a bunch of cool bootlegs yesterday, and inside of it, he just picked me up a copy of that Kiss World tour book as well. So, and I did pay for it.
I'm the only one high and dry. Okay.
Well, I said in one of the group chats that once I get the multiple copies, then I start giving them and selling them out to other people that we know.
Yeah.
That's why I do that.
I know that Joe Odell, one of our admins over at Collectibles, has several coming as well. So I think we'll be able to be covered, Tom. So
you'll be good. That'll be good. And plus, you never can tell, man. People don't discover some of these variants on these things for years after they come out. I was talking to somebody the other day. Surely you guys are aware that there's a second printing of the reunion tour book.
Yes.
That really the only difference you can tell in it is you can see Gene's weave. And how that happened, I don't know. Because I bought my tour book on the second full show in Louisville. Okay. So I know what came to that arena as a first printing. Yeah. And then later on I find this one that, it's a close up picture of him with the barbed wire. And you can see the weave right there. And I'm thinking, man, somebody did that on purpose to him. They had to.
Interesting.
They had to.
Is that the one
come back out later
with the live pictures? Because there were 6 additional pages included. No. It's not the one. So there's 2 versions without the live pictures, is basically what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
That I was not aware of.
So that means there's a version with the weave, there's a version without the weave, there's a version with the live pictures, then there's the version with Japan. So there's 4 versions of just the black cover copy.
The black one, yeah.
Yeah,
at least.
There's the still. There could be more. Yeah, we never know. There could be more. Let's see. There's probably no weaves in here, but because everybody in the band is wearing a wig now except for Tommy.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's it's just a fact. I mean, that's not somebody just forgot to touch it up.
Mm-hmm.
You got to wonder how they went that far with the makeup. Hey, I bet you all were the guys in school sniffing the Xeroxes, weren't you?
Yes, hell yes, man. Yeah. Now, Andrew may be too young to remember that, but when I was in elementary school, that was the greatest day. Was getting.
You know what? If I would probably get complaints all day from people about I'm killing them in my buildings if we had that kind of a setup anymore. That's just where we're at now. But anyway,
I loved smelling those Xerox print-offs.
They were okay.
It might explain a lot. Man.
Yeah, right. I don't know, man. Some of these tour books, they smell real good. Some of the fresh tour book smell.
I love smelling them. So.
Yeah, fresh tour book smell. All right, Tom.
What else y'all got to open up?
That's it. That's all. That's all I got. I went to the post office today to actually pick it up.
Well, I got a couple to open up that I got in. I'm gonna show you the first one, and if you'd have told me I was getting this and this wouldn't be the most exciting one that I would get in a couple of days, I would have laughed at you. But I'm a vinyl geek, so it's even more obscure than this. So our good friend Julian Gill, I got a copy of the first LP with Kissin' Time on the hype sticker, with Kissin' Time on the label, and it's not pressed in the vinyl.
Tom Shannon. So, watch episode 1. I got the very same one. I know you do. It's taken me forever to find one. I've seen some of them gone just ridiculous prices, but that is what it is. But so I was really happy to get this, and I want to make sure that we do our job here and explain to people that maybe aren't deep into this and just learning, so explain what's going on. So the deal with the first LP, it was originally pressed by Warner Brothers Records. That's going to be at the bottom of the label on the sides. All those what are considered original pressings, although they're not all original pressings. They've got the code number MB9001. So, that comes with there's a white label promo. Okay. Comes with the big sticker that's generally sitting underneath Paul like that. Sometimes you'll see promo copies or promo stickers on these covers, and they'll be down in the bottom right hand generally. And what they've done is they've cut the shrink away from a stock blue label copy
and put that sticker on there to send it out as a promo. And just to cover all the bases, the next pressing, the NBL P7001, there are no promo copies of it, not marked anyway. Okay, so then we've got the normal copy, and I'll give you some labels put up, Andrew. We've got the normal stock copy of the first release, and on the second side it starts with Deuce. There's no kissing time there. Okay, not on the label. I just showed the wrong one, didn't I? I sure did. Let me get my stuff in order here.
Edit that out.
Edit that out. Okay, the stock copy with no hype stickers, and on the B side there's no starts with Deuce. There's no kissing time.
See it. Yep.
All right. And so then Neil Bogart decided to have Kissing Time as a single, as a promo. He wasn't even going to release it, he said. And so they did it to try to drum up some support. So they sent out, he then repressed the first LP and included Kissing Time on it. And those generally you're going to see them with this hype sticker up in the top corner. Okay. It's got the same code number. But then on the B side, there's 5 songs now, and it starts with Kissing Time and Deuce's number 2.
So let's recap real quick. So we have the Warner Brothers, which would still be considered our original blue label, the NB 9001. We have that the original blue label. We have it without Kissing Time, Nowhere Anywhere, and then we have it with Kissing Time as a hype sticker and on the label as well.
Not pressed in the vinyl.
Yeah, not on the jacket.
Yeah, there are no copies of NB 9001 with Kissing Time on the jacket itself anywhere.
Yep, that's what I was just trying to convey, because there's a lot of confusion about, especially those many printings of the first LP.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it gets confusing. That's for sure.
Okay.
All right.
Now, we used to think that all these with Kissing Time on the label or pressed in the vinyl came with this hype sticker. I'm convinced now that's not the case. Okay. We had a member of our group that opened up a sealed copy that had that hype sticker on the outside of the shrink. And when he opened it up inside, it had Kissing Time on the label, had it pressed in the vinyl. Okay. Pretty sure there's a plant out there somewhere that was doing them without the hype sticker. Now, I actually, years ago, and this is a copy that I have of that. Now, unfortunately, you can Frankenstein this if you wanted to. So, to me, and I think to most rational collectors, this is clearly the most sought after way to get that. Okay.
Agreed.
But it is not wrong to have it like this. Now, I'm gonna tell you, I Frankenstein this twice. I have been holding this disc for probably 20 years, looking for the jacket with the hype sticker on it. Okay. And I swapped out that jacket years ago for a copy that had a trash jacket, but a good vinyl. But I finally was able to find the way I got this. Somebody else bought a Frankenstein. This is a U.S. jacket. It had a German disc in it. And so I bought it from him, and I went ahead and put that back in there. I feel really confident that that's an accurate thing. So I don't have a problem with it. It's not going anywhere. Now we're up to the strange variants. I have no explanation for how they both happened. But now, so we've got copies with hype stickers and without that have, as in this case, it's got Kissing Time on the label. But if I pull this out, if you try to count it, there's only 4 bands on it. In the book, I give a good example of both. I highlight the rings so people will be able to count them. So there's that. But there's also copies that doesn't have Kissing Time on the label, but it is pressed in the vinyl. That's the last one I need. I think that's probably the hardest one for whatever reason.
Say that again?
It has Kissing Time pressed in the vinyl, but it's not on the label.
Right. Okay. So the version that I have is I have Kissing Time 9001 on the label, not on the vinyl.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, that's what I've got. And like I say, that seems to be the most common. Again, I've got a copy in the book of both. It's got them highlighted. So Tom Manning actually sent us that. He's a group page member. He's pretty much the guru on that first LP worldwide.
Which is kind of funny because I know years ago, before the show, before any of this stuff, I had thought that these 9001s, the blue labels without Kissin' Time, were extremely rare, and they're not. They're for the odd pressings. They're you could get one of these for $50. So it's
now are you talking about the regular copy without the very first pressing?
The very first pressing.
Yeah, and you know what I think that is, Andrew? To me, I think that's not that they're not rare. I think they are. They're very liquid, and people know about them and are willing to pay money for them. So that in turn gets people to sell them.
You're right.
You know, the same kind of a conversation, can be had for like First Kiss, Last Licks. You find them all. Well, here's a good example, and we'll get into in the book later because I've rated all the records on a collectability standpoint. The first LP white label, I've got in there as a 4.
Yep.
Now I think that's a holy grail for a lot of people, but buddy, you can find a copy of that twice a week. Yep. You're gonna have to pay for it. But and there's not that many of those out there. There's just not. Yeah. But so it's kind of when something, I'm getting ready to show you something super freaking rare here in a second. It's not worth a lot right now because people just aren't aware of it. So
kind of like that Love Gun that you showed on a previous episode where it was an actual first pressing with no band image on the label.
Correct. I'm gonna tell you, man. I think. Well, and again, we'll talk about it with the book. I think people are going to regret not buying up a bunch of records before that book comes out.
I agree.
Because there's a bunch of stuff people aren't aware of, and they're going to go, holy crap, I got to get that. Okay, so another page member got a hold of me the other day, Marcus Moore. We have some really good people in our groups. Good people. And I'm not saying that just because this guy got a hold of me about this record. I mean, we just do. Now, occasionally, we get a lawbreaker in there that it's just killing them that they can't, not ask if you're selling something on your post or whatever. And so, I hate that all that goes on, but then, when something like this goes on, it just shows you there's a lot of good people in this, in this, hobby and this passion that we've got.
That's right.
Okay. So I got a copy of Creatures of the Night without makeup. All right. So what's a big deal on that? Because I mean they're not that common, but this is what you normally get. It used to be, man, you couldn't find a makeup copy of this LP in the 90s. It's so hard to find this record now. I mean, there's a good example. How rare are these things? I mean, really, when's the last time you saw this at a record store?
I've never seen it at a record store.
At a store?
Yeah. All right. So about and I'm sure a lot of people remember this because it was probably an epic I don't want to say meltdown on my part.
It was close.
But my God, this guy made me mad. I mean, a guy made me mad. And truthfully, there's probably somebody on the page that was part of it made me even madder. Because what happened was, I'm looking on eBay one day, and I see this, and I don't have a clue as to why I was looking that close at it. This thing's got a Filmworks label on it. And I'm sitting there thinking, oh, well, that's kind of interesting. It's kind of a transition thing. And, for people that aren't fully aware of it, the original pressings of Creatures of the Night, they got a black label. And this copy of Creatures of the Night is super important to being able to understand the different pressings in the 80s, because this thing has got a Polygram Filmworks label.
That's how we found out about that 83, 84 pressing was that record.
Exactly. This was a linchpin for it. And so I'm sitting there thinking, oh, well, they've got this. So maybe that pushes this closer to 85. They're not the same label. I'll give you the labels to put up there. They're not the same labels. This makeup one with this Filmworks label, this is the exact same typeface as this one, except for instead of being white or silver, whatever that is, it's black. Okay, so this is this text in font with this label. So for whatever reason, it got made on purpose. And these things, I saw that and I thought, man, I've never seen that before. And the guy on eBay was asking too much for the record, in my opinion. Okay, to me, that non-makeup one in excellent condition. To me, other people, I'm sure it's different. It's $35 record all day. And this guy was asking $60-something. I think it's like $69. And I'm looking at it, I'm going, God, that is too much for that. But I've never seen that. Yeah. And so I thought no, I need to get this because I'm working on this book. I need to get this label and, do this. So I pull the trigger. I'm the only bidder. $69. I win. Woo! So I get on the page and I go, hey, check this out. Look at what I just got. I put the link up to the closed auction because we don't put live auctions up, do we?
That's right.
And there's a good example of why we don't. I don't need somebody else competing against me to win that. You don't need me competing against you to win that. I found
That's right.
it. You find it. But it's over, so I put it up there. And I go, oh, I'm super excited, man. And everybody starts talking about it. And next thing I know, I get a notice from PayPal saying my payment has been returned.
Yep, I remember this.
Like, what? And so I start fishing around. And this guy is claiming that the record's no longer available. He starts getting snarky in emails to me, tells me it's broken. I said, that's fine. I'll still pay you the money. I need a picture of it. I said, I don't even care about the record playing. And then he still refused it. So he's just a jackass. So anyway, it goes back up for sale. My guess is I don't know if the guy was on the page. If he was, he can maintain his composure pretty well because he never did let loose. I think somebody came in and sniped me. Is what I think. Somebody saw me post about that. I've even got a thought as to who it is, but I won't share that.
Off air.
Yeah, edit her out.
No, anyway. But anyway, so bottom line, there it goes. He puts it back up for auction again in 3 weeks. Amazingly, the broken record is now repaired, and somebody gave they gave a lot for it. I had 2 or 3 people that told me they were going to go get that record for me, and I told them don't do it because I don't want somebody doing that for me. Number one, but anyway, so Marcus, he found a copy in a record store.
How about
that? Yeah. And he brought on page, was talking about it, and he decided that he wanted to sell it, and he tried to give it to me, and I wouldn't let him do it. I told him I needed to at least give him what I was going to pay in that auction, and so that's what we came to an agreement on, and so there it sits, and luckily cool. I was immediately able to replace the shitty image I stole from that guy's auction for the book.
That's
and
great.
so now we got a good clear picture of it. But there's an example, Andrew, right there of a record that thing's rare as hen's teeth. But it's always supply and demand.
Yeah, no one knows about it.
So there's low supply and there's low demand. It's not low demand because nobody wants it. It's low demand because nobody knows about it. So As soon as that demand starts to shoot up, the value is going to shoot up. It's just the way economics works, man. And there's some stuff that
I had a similar experience on the page where I just bought just a regular variant copy of Hotter Than Hell that I needed. And the picture on the auction was fine. It was great. And then I got it, and there's writing all over the cover when I got it.
Yeah. I remember that.
Yeah, and I was pissed. And the way that the guy tried to, pull the wool over my face was, there was 2 copies, and I was on my way home to put up pictures of the other copy. So
yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, and then he wanted me to return it, and I go, listen, I'm not wasting my time taking this back to the post office. I go, refund my money, and I'm keeping this. I go, because you sold me a lemon. So I guess he was a page member, and I guess he was mad, and he knew you did wrong because he threw in a non-rare 45 in there too, just to say, hey, I know someone, you don't give someone something like that for free unless you know that you've done something wrong. So he knew that he was sending me a sleeve with writing on it. So couple months later, another page member sends me a PM. He's like, hey, I think your friend is still selling an LP. So I took a screenshot of another auction, so I'm going to read it to you because it's really funny. He goes, you're looking at a 4-track, 12-inch single from the UK, Kiss-related, this beautiful gatefold single on Vertigo. 4 songs are Forever, Deuce, Strutter, and The Street Giveth. The vinyl jacket and both the vinyl are very nice. If you have any questions, please ask. I combine shipping. International winners must wait for an invoice. Don't be an Andrew.
I remember that.
He put that in an auction.
I remember that. Don't be an Andrew.
Wow.
I lost it when I read that. It's so funny. It was so funny. But hey, man.
Man, I can tell you anybody from the side of the seller, and from the side of, I hate to say this, me and Jason, I cannot have somebody be upset with something that I've sent them. I can't.
Yeah.
I can't, because I'm gonna get trashed. And trashing me is different than trashing me, 5 years ago. I mean, that's all anybody's got is a reputation.
Agreed.
I mean, it's man, always undergrade your stuff and provide pictures. And anybody complains at pictures, I don't know what you do at that point. But anyway. All right, so that's all I've got today with as far as stuff coming in.
It's cool. That's very cool. 2 cool, not very common variation records. So it's very cool.
Yeah.
Very, very cool.
Hey, before we get started on the records, though, I just want to, and this is kind of off topic a little bit, but maybe it didn't totally. But Andrew was just aghast yesterday with some pictures that I sent where I'm home for the first time for a week in years. And because usually when I've got any vacation time, I'm usually on vacation or something. But so I told Jason, somebody came down and hoarded my damn basement. I don't know what happened, but so I've been cleaning that up. And so I found a few things. This isn't Kiss connected, but this is a good idea that you need to be cleaning up. I found this. This is nice and near mint if anybody wants it. This nice brochure on getting the most out of the internet. It talks about this thing called email and
man, what is that?
Welcome to the web. But anyway,
I guess he probably found a stack of AOL internet discs down there too.
There was an Earthlink disc in there.
Jeez, it's even worse.
Another thing I found, and I swear I meant to do more with this than what I did because I thought it'd be interesting for people, especially people that are, not old enough to remember before the internet again. But I found some gold mine magazines.
Yeah.
And so got one here from October of 1995. So I was going to go through this. Look how thick this is, people.
Yes.
All this thing is well, there's some articles, but these are people auctioning off. God, and I just saw the best one to show you too. Auctioning off records like you do on eBay, except for the problem with these things is you send in your bid by mail and you got no idea if anybody's competing against you or not. So, you might have won that record for $200 against somebody that was bidding $3. But anyway, I was going to do that. And then the other one that I did go through is from 84. And so I thought, well, this would be interesting because I can see prices for Kiss stuff before Kiss broke big again. And in 84, when things, weren't going so great. And then, so a couple things. Number one, as I start through this one from 84, I remembered there never was Kiss stuff in here. Ever. I mean, you might get the occasional thing, but like I had to go, gosh, I'm 63 pages into it before I found any Kiss stuff at all. Okay. And then the other thing I realized was, God, it sucked back then. Somebody look at that text.
Dude.
I was sitting there with this, trying to look at that last night, and I finally gave up after I got that far. But this is interesting. So, again, this is an 84, October of 84. And, I used to be able to read most of these. So, we've got, this is great, though, 1984. So, here's Here's press kits. Kiss press kits. Got a press kit from '74, which I don't know. This must have been for Hotter Than Hell.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
I didn't even finish. They had 2 records in '74. But the description of it, 2 pictures, a fold open color bio, $20.
Oh my God.
Rock and Roll Over, 2 pictures, bio, poster, magazine reviews, $15.
Oh my God.
Love Gun, 1 picture, color, poster, and magazine reviews, $15.
Jesus.
Alive 2, 2 pictures, 1 live shot, $15. Double Platinum, that's a rare one. 3 pictures, 1 color, 1 promo from Kiss Meets the Phantom, plus newsletter about film and deluxe bio, $20. I've never even seen all that in the kit.
Well, I don't think obviously
It's probably some of that stuff's probably the Kiss Army letter from around that time because I have that letter.
I don't think so, man. It could have been, but I don't think so because it's talking about a newsletter about the film and deluxe bio. But it could have been. Unmasked, 1 picture, bio, 1 viewer slide, $15. Dynasty, 1 picture, bio, magazine reviews, viewer slide, $15. The Elder, 2 pictures, bio, $12.
unbelievable.
Creatures of the Night, 1 picture, deluxe bio, $12. Yeah,
Wow.
Times change. I mean, and I do remember when I was buying, so I started buying my press kits. I sold all mine off, but started buying mine around 90, and I think I was given $40 and $50 a piece for them then.
Well, now if
I
you
mean,
can even
they've
find
gone
the
through the
damn
roof.
things. You can't even find the damn things.
We are going to see every one of them tomorrow.
I
Jason
can't wait.
and I are meeting on a road trip. We're meeting a guy. I won't mention his name because I didn't ask him if I could, but finishing up some photos that I started on an 8-hour trip. Not trip. I mean, that's how much I drove. 8 hours at his place about 3 weeks ago, and I got to go down and finish up. I mean, this guy's got one of the most tremendous collections I've ever seen in my life. But yeah, while I'm taking pictures, you're gonna get to gawk through stuff like that. I'm hoping I'm not gonna be but an hour or so with the pictures. But anyway, so there's that. All right.
I can't wait. Yeah.
All right. So what are we doing?
Well, we're supposed to be talking about some wax.
Talk
here.
about records, man. We're supposed to be
Hey,
talking about
well, hold on a second. I wanted to mention that one of the things that we did at the very, very beginning of starting Kiss My Wax was we decided we were going to sell a little something that would help, cover the costs of running all of these things.
Yeah, slip mats.
It's quite expensive, and it all comes out of my pocket. And so, we supplemented it, and we made these cool slip mats. Folks, these are the last 2 slip mats that I have to sell.
So that means they're double.
Should we do something special with these?
I don't know what's special with them.
I don't know. You think anybody would pay more for them if we signed them or something?
I don't know.
Yeah, they're gonna be worth less if we signed them.
Why did someone
write on this?
Yeah, might pay more if we don't sign them. Yeah.
Actually, I think I have 3.
Oh, you do have 3 left. I thought you got rid of them all.
Well, because there's the box from Indy, and I think that's what's in there.
Okay. Well, so if you have 3, then that means we have 5 that we have left to sell. Actually, I just sold one last week that just a payment popped up out of nowhere. And, because we still, all of our podcasts still have all the information about them. So people, we can't, somebody just sends money, and they don't know they're not available anymore. But, we're not going to redo these. And, we need to.
We got to do something else.
We got to do something else. So y'all be brainstorming of what we should do with these last few.
We should sell them. Somebody should buy them. That's what we should do.
Yeah, so anyway, I just wanted to put that word out there that they're almost gone. I've got mine on my turntable, and so let's talk about some records. Let's do it. Start with Lick It Up.
So, just like we used to do in all the previous shows, let me take you back. Come along, children. Let me tell you a story of history time past. Lick It Up released September 18th, 1983, and the first album to ship without makeup on Kiss's face. So here's what I don't know. Did the MTV Unmasking air the same night the album came out? Because that I don't know, and I wasn't able to find that out.
I didn't look it up. I'm sure it probably was the night before.
Okay, so
assume.
if it was the night before, then so that would have aired September 17th. I think it aired after midnight, so it was still technically considered the 18th. Because I know there really wasn't a big deal. This wasn't a primetime spot. You know, when JJ unmasked them, it wasn't like an 8 o'clock spot. I think it was either like a 10 or 11 or even 12 o'clock spot. But regardless, they unmasked. The Lick It Up video was also premiered for the first time during the unmasking, and then the album shipped. Their first time seeing Kiss without makeup. Now, if this happened now, there would be no way that we wouldn't have seen that photo months before the album came out. So, but this was 1983, so basically if you weren't watching Entertainment Tonight or reading whatever grocery store magazine, you never saw any pictures before they were supposed to come out. So this was the first album that came out. Now, what I find odd about this album, too, is there is not, at least that I'm aware of, a commercial that was aired on TV to advertise Lick It Up. There is definitely one for The Elder. There's one from overseas for Killers. I have never seen one for Lick It Up.
Interesting. I hadn't thought about that, and I don't think I've ever seen one either.
Exactly. You've never seen one. So, but, you know, we've talked in
Had to
previous...
be, though.
Well, maybe. We've never seen it. It's not available in collector circles, but, you know, we've seen commercials for a lot of other albums before. So, and I know I don't have many variations of this album, so you guys can definitely go into what variations that you guys have. But all I have is the regular stock variation Mercury Black Label of Lick It Up from the USA. That's all I got. And also, too, on previous episodes, I talked about my road case that I did. So here was just another Lick It Up pass that I just threw in with the record. But aside from the 83 stock copy, the 2014 reissue is the only versions of Lick It Up I had. So since we're going over multiple LPs, what do you guys got? Because I know you got more than me.
Yeah.
So Lick It Up continued a trend that started with Creatures of the Night. In that the labels, there are no promo label copies of these LPs, okay? But there's at least 2 different promos. And they're denoted on the back, you know, they're gold stamped on the back. And let's see if I can slap one of them up here. So there's gold stamp there. It's in the same place on both. This one came from Printing Plant 206. The other one that I've got doesn't have the printing plant number listed on it. So, you know, came from at least 2 locations. Both of these have got 2 different labels on them. All right. One's a Plant 26 and the other is a Plant 53. And for others that want to look at it a different way, the one from Plant 26 says side 1, side 2. The other says side A and B. Gotcha. Now there's something interesting about these promos. Now I don't get tore up about this stuff, but we'll talk about this a little bit. Let's see, camera ain't gonna do me no good. Okay, let's see if it's this one or if it's the other one.
I was like, what the hell?
Can you see through that?
Yeah, well, yeah, you can see through it, I guess.
It's purple. Okay.
Oh, can't tell that on the.
Yeah, now this is very unusual for one to be purple. Okay, I've seen Kiss records, and I don't want to hear nobody bitching about me getting my fingerprints on this. Okay, it's my record. But anyway, there are a lot of them that are gray, that are brown. Okay, so this is the Plant 26 one. My other one does not do that. Okay, you can hold it up to light, and it's not translucent. Now there are people. Now I'm gonna tell you. Okay, first of all, I don't buy some of this story, okay? Because it kind of makes sense and then it doesn't make sense. And I guess it doesn't really matter one way or the other. But I will tell you let's start with what some people say. Some people say that is Quix. Is that how you pronounce that? Kuix vinyl?
Don't know.
Yeah, it's supposed to be like an audiophile vinyl, okay? Except for the problem, they say that's what it is because it's translucent, okay? And I can take, like I've got a bunch of them, and I'm not going to dig one out here. I should have. Like I've got an Elton John promo that's Quix vinyl, okay? You hold it up to the light and you can see through the thing. Well, the problem with saying that all these are that, number one, they would have paid a lot of money for that.
Right.
Why in the hell is it not a hype sticker on it that says it? There's a hype sticker on all the other ones that I look at. They all say that it is. And then you get into the pie black vinyl LPs over in the UK. You can hold those black vinyls up, every one of them, and they're translucent. You can say, some people call them blood red or whatever. They're
I've seen those.
Yeah. Well, think about the time frame when they made those. Those were the cheapest piece of crap that you could press. I mean, they're flimsy. Nobody's spending extra money for super virgin vinyl.
I think it's poor quality vinyl.
I think it's poor quality vinyl too. And so whether it is or it isn't, that's what's available here. Okay. So we've got at least 2 promos. Okay. And you'll notice I never say there are 2 promos. There's at least. There could be another variant. I don't know.
Sure.
Okay. So there we go. We've got the 2 different promos that you can find. Then of course we've got got multiple different variations of the labels on these stock ones. I mean, I'm not going to go over all these because it's going to be in the book, but there's 1, 2, 3. There's at least 3 different label variations of it.
Really?
Okay. Yeah.
So what would you? So go over at least one of the variations because I want to.
Yeah, let's talk about
curious to
Well,
see.
one is not a variation. Okay. I'll give you the 3 variations I know of, not counting Record Club. Okay. So, well, it's just like whenever you have a promo,
this is really clean.
Whenever you have a label variation of a promo, there will be a stock copy of that. Okay. I have never seen a Kiss label on a promotional record that didn't appear as a stock copy that way. So you've got one that's going to say side 1. You got one that's going to say side 2. Okay. Right. So, or I'm sorry, the other one's going to say side A. So Plant 53, side A. All right. Plant 26, side 1. All right. And then let me see if I can read my little writing.
Well,
here.
I have side 1, Plant 56.
Oh, I know what the other difference was. I know the Plant 56.
Yeah.
Okay. See, I hadn't seen a Plant 56.
Right
so I need
there,
to write that down.
Look at that.
Okay. I need to write that down. Good, man. Because I'm only like 12 frickin' variations short of 1,800.
Oh, you got to get it in there then, for sure.
I know it.
Good
job, Andrew. Plant 56, side what?
Side 1.
Side 1. Okay.
So now you got to come to Cleveland.
Spelled 1 O-N-E or the number 1?
The number 1.
Okay.
So check it out. There it is right there.
Look.
Okay. Now you can send me a scan if you want. I got to be honest with you, at this point, like if you send me a scan, I'll put it in there, but I'm about done with the photos. I mean, at this point, I'm really just looking for, some kind of variations.
Yeah, I'll scan it. I got a scanner.
Yeah, 600 DPI, please.
Okay, you will get what I send and like it.
Yeah, okay, then it won't go in the book if it doesn't look good.
It'll be 600 DPI, no worries.
There is an RCA pressing, and there is a Columbia Record Club pressing. All right. So that's a little different. Let me check this. I think CRC is actually on this label. As I'm opening this, something that I think people, if I was going to tell you something you ought to be grabbing right now before people go, oh, that's interesting, I didn't know that there was even one for it, I'd be grabbing these record company or these Record Club pressings.
I try to grab as many as I can.
You know what? I don't need your label 56 because that's what's in my CRC.
No way. But does it say CRC on it?
No, it doesn't. It doesn't.
Because I know a lot of the 70s
albums. It's still a variation, Andrew. It's still a variation because I've just got that confirmed on this CRC pressing. So
are you sure yours is not CRC, Andrew?
I'm pretty sure it's
look on your jacket.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's not. Yeah, no. 0501.
I actually had trouble finding this. It took me a long time.
There's nothing on here that would signify.
Okay, well that's good. That's good. It's still a variation. Like I say, that's what I'm looking for.
Because I know some of the 70s albums, with the CRC would have CRC or RCA just like stamped on the label somewhere. I would think that
very few of them. RCA all the time. CRC very very few of them.
Yeah, CRC very few.
Yeah, and it's not even consistent between the same record. No BMGs. BMG was formed. They bought up RCA. I don't think they bought Columbia, but so there. I don't think I'll have to look because we're getting closer to it. I don't think there's anything that has an RCA and a BMG pressing, but we'll see. Okay, so then I've got 83 pressing from Germany with the censored logo. And got the 2014 from Germany that replicates it.
Yep.
You know what?
Actually, it's a little different.
Different KISS logo. Different KISS
different
logo.
logo. Yep.
So,
there you go.
All of the
Okay,
all the
everybody
24.
caught on at one time.
Yeah.
All right, good job, everybody.
Think we're
Okay.
not paying attention. We're all paying attention.
I need some help on this because I don't know if I've got a Frankenstein, and if I do, which one it is. I have 2 from Iceland. Okay, these LPs are all what we got on the back, man. Have you got one? You do, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So before you show yours, so the LPs are all the vinyl's all pressed in Iceland. They imported the jackets, and I've got 2 different ones.
Okay.
One you got?
Yeah, mine's like your bottom one.
Like the bottom one. Okay.
Yep.
All right. I got to check with a few guys. I mean, I just know a couple of guys in Iceland, and so I don't know. I don't know if somebody. It's still what I've got there is still a. It's still a phonogram. It's a Netherlands. Both of these jackets came from the Netherlands, so it's conceivable that they both could be correct. I don't know. One's correct. The good news is, if one of them is not correct, I just need to buy the correct one from the Netherlands because this is just a stock jacket. That's one area where a Frankenstein is okay. All right. And then I always think this one is cool looking. This is Mexico.
That is kind of cool.
That is cool. I forgot about that.
Nice, cool logo. This is probably my nicest Mexican LP. But anyway, so that's. Let me see what else is unique here on the list. You know, the thing that we run. Okay. Well, the thing we run into, as Jason's alluded to, is once Polygram bought Casablanca, a whole lot of the reasoning behind that was to make everything the same. You started getting economies of scale. So that's why all the variations start disappearing, although there's still quite a few. Let's see. All right. So well, show what you've got, Jason. I don't want to say something that you've got.
I just, wanted to show, I've got Canadian with the unique logo. Okay, Canadian. And
what's all that
of course, as I always show, I do want to show the Dutch picture disc. This one's numbered. You can't see any of that, but and then of course I have the Japanese.
So cool.
With the obi that goes over it, and
I also swore I've got that, and I can't find it anywhere.
Oh yeah, and then I also have 2 of the premiums that came with.
Nice. That's a double-sided premium, though, right?
Yes, this is a double-sided premium. Yeah. This is the sticker. Or maybe multiple stickers. Yeah, they're die cut. So
peel them off so we know.
Yeah, let me show you that.
All right.
Dude.
But I believe that's all I've got as far as the rest of the variations. So.
Well, there's some other cool stuff. I'm not going to get into all of it because I'm just reading a list here essentially. But you showed the Canadian. There's Columbia Record Club stuff in Canada.
Yeah,
man, I'm telling you, because I've already bought as much as I could, and I can't buy any more right now. People better start hoarding up that Canadian stuff. There just is not that much of it, man. Okay, so Colombia's got a White Filmworks label. Ecuador has got a Dynasty label. They've got a Dynasty on a lot of stuff.
That'd be cool.
There is a copy from Finland that the information I've got says it's a Red Filmworks label. Man, I'm gonna double check that, but anyway, I would have got that information from somebody. Let's see. That Iceland one, the numbers I hear is like 700 copies, something like that. And see, there's an example. So if First Kiss Last Licks is 800 copies, and this is 700, why do you not see this all the time? Like you do First Kiss Last Licks.
Right.
Let's see. Okay. So I'm gonna tell you something. Our good friend Luther found out. I didn't know this. I don't think I've got any photos for the book, but I've seen them, and I've had it confirmed that another guy in the group has got a couple. I'm sorry, at least five different LPs like this. People that collect Japanese, they're just going to get madder than hell right now. There are promos of the Crazy Collection, the entire Crazy Collection, white label promos, and I'm telling you, with the number of people that I've had putting LPs in for this book, to find this out at that late date, it's like, I mean, it's insane.
Yeah,
that would be something that would drive you nuts. The next, do y'all know what the next worldwide? What's the next record that's that we should be talking about?
The
worldwide.
Next.
Yeah. What's the next record next release we should be talking about?
Well, it's probably not Animalize because that'd be too obvious.
Yeah, it would be. Yeah, it's this baby right here.
Oh yeah, we did mention that.
So that's when it would have come out along. And I'm not even going to try to pronounce these. Although I will listen. 30 Anos de Musica Rock Salvat, and then that butt ugly other Mexican one with the flipped Dynasty photo. It came in right on. They both essentially came out at the same time in '84. Okay, now on the Animalize, Andrew.
All right, Animalize.
Tell us about Animalize.
All right, so again, we stick with going back in time in history and finding out what's going on. So this is the next album that came out. So, and I believe I'm pulling up the release date right here. So I believe, and this is kind of weird because this kind of happened with the next couple albums where they kind of came out at the same time. So this one was September 13th, 1984. So this is 1 year to the day.
Yeah, there's a bunch of them like that.
When Look It Up came out. So when you get to these 80s albums, the release date was kind of similar on this one. So again, and here's another one. No TV commercial, at least none that I've ever seen. So this was kind of a transition album, and the reason why I say it was a transition album is because they knew they were going to fire Vinnie Vincent, so and that might be why that there was no picture of the band on the front, because maybe the front needed to be done before the back. I mean, I know Mark St. John is on the back, but again, just pure speculation at this time. So I actually have, this one is sealed. This is a sealed copy of Animalize right here. So it's never been opened. It looks like it might have been a promo because look, there's like a little razor cut right there.
I would know
a cutout
discount. Yeah,
discount.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So this would be a discount. So I have this one. This is unopened. So and then I have another one here this one's pretty beat up. This is also USA stock copy. I don't even have a dust label on it, dust cover on it. It's the very first album, one of the very first albums that I had, and it's signed by Mark St. John. Which now that he's dirt napping, it might be worth a little something. He's pushing,
might add a couple bucks to it.
He's pushing up daisies right now. So
well, it certainly would be hard to replicate it. How about that? Like I can't go get something signed by him now. So you got that.
Yeah. So
Tom, there are others that could do that for you.
Oh, I know that. Yeah, you're right. They could.
So and
they get signatures out of Ace Frehley when he's in the hospital.
Yeah, weird, and so many signatures. So I don't know because I mean, what's in here besides the lyric sleeve? There's nothing else that could be in here.
That's it, man.
And I know in a previous episode I opened up a copy of Asylum that I had because I was looking for that Animalize Live and Uncensored video insert.
Yeah.
Of course, it wasn't in there, and of course I cried a little bit. So, but then I'm going to keep that sealed just for right now. So, and the only other copy of Animalize I have is a Japanese copy. So there's the Obi with the Japanese copy right here.
Nice.
And it has.
I don't have that.
There is the lyric sheet all in Japanese. Cool. So, sumimasen, and it lists the tracks and everything in there. And it's the label on this one is a camel label with just Animalize and bold-faced
That's a FilmWorks label.
That's a FilmWorks label. You've been out for a year, sir.
What did I say? I said camel? I was looking at it, and I was like, that's a FilmWorks, but I said camel. So anyway, I know the difference. So this is a FilmWorks label, but it has the typeface on it.
You are, of course, fired.
Again. So
hey, you get bonus points because you said typeface instead of font. So there you go.
Yeah, see? No study. And so I actually got someone, a friend of mine, I bought a lot of records off of him, and he was stationed in Japan in 85. So this came right from Japan in 85 from him directly to me.
Nice.
And it's got
That's
this
cool.
weird like cellophane wrapper all over that I couldn't get off. So I don't know if you could see it on camera, but like it's got like it's put in like a permanent plastic sleeve that I can't take off.
Somebody laminated it.
No, it's not a laminate. No one laminated it. It's weird because
Is it taped inside the?
like
It
Scotch
looks.
tape.
That's what they do a lot of times with Korean and all these other Asian ones that aren't going to hold up. These guys just are meticulous about it.
Yeah, so
if that's what it is.
Maybe that's what I don't know what it is. So maybe the next time we meet up, I'll show it. I'll show it to you. And see, look, I even got the correct. I even said the Filmworks label right up there, my little label. So
there you go, man.
So.
There you go.
Redemption.
Redemption.
All right.
So
Go with the promo, Tom.
Yeah. That's all I got with Animalize. So take it away, Tom Shannon.
All right. So promo again. No promo labels for any of these, but they are gold stamped. Another clue you always, and these are like seem to be about a dime a dozen. I mean, I used to run across them all the time. But another clue that it is a promo is going to be because that hype sticker is right on top of the sleeve. Okay. There's the gold stamp back there. So they've got that. And again, you know, we're just going to have a standard stock label on it. I'll flip this in here. I'm trying my best not to take the hide off in my records anymore, even if it takes me another minute. All right. Again, like you're saying, Andrew, I think I actually got this one sealed and went ahead and opened it because for some reason I had... well, I'm not going to pull all that out, but anyway, so there's...
I'm just curious, like, what could be in here?
I don't know. Oh, I think I remember why I got this. So, you know, there are different plant numbers on these. Here's a 501.
I think mine's
and
501.
Again, this is a record like this is why we got away from calling that series of records pressed in 83 to 84 501. Because there's nothing about this to put it into that series, even with the time frame of it. Okay. Again, there is Columbia Record Club and RCA Club versions. Now, the Columbia on mine, I'm not saying all are like this, but mine's got CRC on the label.
Sure does, doesn't it?
Yeah. So, again, know enough about these that I would never tell you that, oh, no, it has to have it on there. I don't know that. And of course, RCA's, they've got that on all of them.
Right.
So, and if I recall, one of those was kind of tough to find. I can't remember. Maybe I just wasn't looking in the right places. Okay, now we got the German 84 and 2014s. I will have to say this, you know, I don't do much critiquing of these 2014s, but these Animalize, I think even the US, they're kind of fuzzy. And you can really tell it when you look at the logos next to each other.
Yeah.
That's the, you know, and I'm not trying to be critical, just noticed it's all. All right.
Yeah, someone noticed that hold on, let me find. You can tell that the coloring is different.
Yeah. It's just, you know, fuzzy.
I mean, there's no way to, I don't know if you're going to be able to tell, but I mean, if you put these beside each other, they're different.
Yeah.
It's like they're completely reconstructed.
Yeah. All right. Now I've got a from my buddy Hank Van Zant. I've got a nice South African, and it's got a cool purple.
Hey, that's kind of cool.
Label. Yeah, it's unusual. It's unusual. I mean, that's what I'll say. There are as you know, there are some pretty unique and interesting variations, even if they're subtle on these non-makeup LPs. And you know, it's just a matter of somebody ever showing them to you. Because I mean, how in the world would I ever see that if somebody hadn't shared that with me? You know.
Yeah.
So you know, now you know there's something there. And then so God, I love these things. This is actually probably one of the nicest ones I've got. Our friends from Korea. It's got the hype sticker printed on it, on it, and you know, I mean, for a Korean LP, this is really nice until you get to looking at the label. Man, there's such meticulous care with these labels.
It looked like they just took a stock U.S. copy, put it on, they scanned it and they go, it's got the
That's what
sticker.
they did.
Just leave
Yeah,
it there.
they did.
That's
But
exactly
the
what they
hype
did.
sticker looks like they cut it out precisely with a rat. Let a rat nibble at it and cut it out. That was actually funny. Y'all can laugh at that if you want. That's
cue the
all
laugh.
the Animalize I've got. What else you got there, Jason?
I got Canadian again with the unique label.
All right.
All right.
And then I've got the Netherlands picture disc.
All right.
Of course.
That's actually a cool one. Is this the first? Oh no, the Elder's the first. I was gonna say, is this the first cover without the band on it? But I forgot that the Elder doesn't have the band on it either.
Right.
Yeah.
But I believe that's all I've got.
All right.
So,
All right. Let me see. Let me see what I've got as far as I won't bore y'all too much here. Let me just look real quick.
I do have one other thing I want to show.
Go ahead while I'm looking at this.
Of course, I want to show the 8-track.
Of course you do.
Yeah, you should. You should be proud of that.
I have a cassette of Animalize.
Hey!
Not shouldn't be as proud of that. A little bit of value difference there. Let's see.
I got the cassette right above me.
Hey, I got all my media right over there.
Yeah, I don't see anything just crazy different on here. Okay.
All right, so
the next release I couldn't find it. You know what it is?
No.
It's a promo. Hot hits to warm your winter. I've got it here somewhere. In-store promo. Hot hits to warm your winter. You
Never
know
heard
what
of
that is. Oh, get out of here.
What?
Are you serious? Now I feel bad because I didn't dig through there some more because it's sitting over there. It's an in-store promo. It's got cuts from different artists.
I don't know. I've never. Yeah, you got to find
What kind of Kiss collector are you, man?
Oh my God! Give me a break.
Right. You surely got this, right?
I've never seen that before.
Get out of here. Well, you need to grab it because they're usually not too pricey.
No idea. I had no idea.
Yeah, I got Deep Purple. Got Kiss Thrills in the Night. Cool in the Gang. Misled. Emergency. But yeah. They played it in the store.
What about Hearing Aid? You have that?
I've got that, but I don't really count that. I don't really count that because it's not. I mean, I do have it. Got a promo copy. Next one in the worldwide market. And it's actually, I really love this record. I mean, it's got a hell of a bunch of different cuts. Oh, Rock the Kiss.
Yep,
that's kind of cool.
Got to dig mine out.
We figured out there's a damn variation on it.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. The labels say the same thing, but like mine says across the bottom, 1984. There's copies. I think it's over in this section. I've got a picture for the book that says 85. So it's actually might as well.
I got a question for
you. Yeah. Go ahead. Let me open this up because it's.
Go ahead and do that.
I mean, it's it's got some good makeup, hair, pictures in it.
Yeah.
Nice.
And it's got a cool song. It's got I don't want to read them all off, but it's got a really nice selection of songs.
Where in the heck is mine? Because I'd like to know which variation I had.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny. You know what I love about Kiss compilations? Whenever new compilations come out, I'm like, man, I did not have the songs in this order. Every time a compilation comes out, I'm like, I did not have these songs in this order.
Yeah, there's been a couple I go, really? That's a greatest hits. Okay. All right. So now we're up to Asylum.
We're up to Asylum. Now, okay, so the Creatures reissue came out in 85, right?
Correct. We talked about it in the Creatures episode, though.
Yeah, but I'm not. Yeah, but
no, I know. So I have a sealed copy of this.
Oh yeah.
Should I?
I don't know. I'm not going to get involved in that, man. I'm not going to get involved in that.
Dude, you should.
I would not. I'm not a gambler, but that would be pretty damn cool if you did open it up and you had that.
Yeah.
But what if you opened it up and you had Captain and Tennille in there, the entire album?
Come on, man. Open it up. Open it up. Do it.
I don't know. I don't want to. It's in Hysteria, but I don't want to dig it out. So I stuck it in there.
Hysteria?
What do you mean? It goes in order. I was trying to replace.
So you put it in twice.
What do you mean? Yes, there's 2 copies.
That's not a new record, man.
It was a new release in '85.
Okay. I'm just doing a devil's advocate on it. So, do you have both the 2014s in there? They should both be in there.
What do you mean? Yes, yeah, both of the 24. What do you?
Both
Hold
the
on.
2014 creatures.
Oh, you're talking about the Euro as opposed to No, I don't have any European in there.
Oh, well, see, so there you go.
Yeah.
Short,
when I get
man.
my second Hysteria, I put all my Euros in there.
Yeah, that's what I did. Okay, all right, man. All right, sorry
piss the money away. All right, so the next one, we're continuing with September releases. Asylum came out September 16th, 1985. This one I've actually seen TV ads for, but the TV ads weren't necessarily for the albums. The TV ads were for specific shows on the tour. So I'm assuming that they were also used to promote the album. I mean, I'm not 100% sure. I've never seen one just talking about the album. All the TV ads that I've seen were for shows. So anyway, here's what the cover looks like. Got a cool little hype sticker on there. This was the one. This was the one that was sealed that I opened up on the one of the episodes that we did. It will have a lyric sleeve in there, and I only have one variation of this. I don't even have. I only have one version of this really, and I don't really have. I don't have the 2014 either. So I have just the regular black label, Mercury Kiss Asylum, side 1, side 2. So, but that's all I have for Asylum, and this is my least favorite Kiss album. Least favorite. Well, no, Crazy Nights is my least favorite, but I can't even listen to this all the way through.
I love Asylum.
I
can't. This is like Lick It Up is the last album I can listen to all the way through without skipping anything. This one,
you're not a real Kiss fan, man.
Yeah,
exactly.
Neither are you.
Exactly.
Yeah, neither are you.
Yeah.
So, but yeah. So what do you guys got for Asylum?
Okay, so let's start promos again.
Promos.
No promo labels. There are no promo labels. They're gold stamped. So, this goes back to, so now we've looked at 3 records so far with no promo labels on them, and they are damn well promos. And so that argument that somebody keeps throwing out all the time that, it's not a promo if it doesn't have a promo label. Yeah, it is. If that's the only way the thing came, that's a promo.
Yeah.
All right.
Most people don't understand the music business.
I guess, man. I guess. So there's that. Then, there's that pamphlet that Andrew's talking about.
Oh man, I really want one.
I'm gonna tell you you know what? I wish I would have known that.
Hey.
What?
I've got a sealed Asylum here.
Yeah.
I got a sealed Asylum here.
And it's poking out.
And it's poking out.
Oh.
I think I'll pop it on up.
That's up to you, man.
I've got 2 sealed Asylums, so I'm all right.
Well, then I would. Yeah. If you don't have that thing, for sure.
I do. Yeah.
Why don't it be some crank letter or something from a guy in the plant? What are you doing, Andrew? Oh, okay. I see you're dropping it back down in there. I thought you were sticking something up in it.
There it is. In my
there
sealed
it is.
Asylum.
Come on, just drop that in the mail to me.
Now, dude, this is gonna make you feel really bad. So when up at the indie convention, I was going through.
You saw one?
3 of them.
Oh.
And I left them because I didn't feel like I ought to be snagging them up. They were at somebody's booth that I think a lot about them, and I got a bunch of records, and I thought, you know what, that wouldn't be right for me to grab. If I'd known that you needed that, I'd have told you.
I did, and I was so busy at the convention, I didn't really have time to browse the tables. I was
busy, but I damn well went through the records.
Yeah.
There wasn't gonna be no going through the records. Okay,
is it weird that this has a polygram label on it? I mean, a Filmworks label on it?
Yes,
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
It would be extremely weird. You didn't suck me in with that. All right. So we've got RCA copy that's, again, got it on the label. And there's always a license number on the back of these. We've got, I'm going to have to pull this out and look at it all the way. Columbia Records Club edition. I'm guessing it doesn't have it on the label. No, it does have it on the label. So there you go. Got CRC on the label. think I got this up at Indy. I know I got a bunch of non-makeup variant LPs up at that Indy convention. Now, see, this is one of these things. So like if somebody sees me grabbing those out, they might be going, "Oh man, I got them underpriced." I go, no, this is just common stuff, but I don't have it. It's just a weird variation.
They see you coming from my way. Oh my God, Tom's buying stuff. It was $10. Make it 20.
Well, I mean,
Make it 20.
You know, I kind of get that. You know, I mean, I made the guy an offer on the records, and I felt like I was being really generous. And he goes, "I don't know, man. I was going to get Bruce to sign those. How about this?" I'm okay, all right. And I'm thinking, you know, okay, I get that, you know, but I'm not that way. I don't try to rip nobody off. Let's see. I think this is just a standard edition here. Got 2014.
I gotta get, you know,
here's the 85 Germany.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, and it looks pretty much dead on the 2014. Although I think the logo's a little small.
Who's got the There's no A-track for this, right, Jason?
No.
There is?
So there's a cassette.
Animalize is the last.
So there's a cassette where you could kind of see the bottom of Eric's face that was cut off. Poor guy.
Huh.
Poor guy. Yeah, I think that's true. I think you can see an expanded version of the photo.
Do you know, if that was me and I saw that and I was like, this is this motherfucker's first album. Why is his entire face on there and I'm cut off? That's what I would have done. Been like, reprint that, change that, edit him out.
That's all I have for Asylum.
All right, I got
Canadian.
Yep.
And then obviously I've got the Netherlands.
Anything
That's
else?
it. That's the only two others I have.
Okay. Let's see. As far as anything just weird,
Anything weird?
I don't see anything jumping out at me.
All right.
Okay. All right. So,
Are we done with this? Are we done with Asylum?
We are done with Asylum.
There's not a lot with it, man. That's a fact. There's not a lot with it.
Good.
Next, worldwide. What's next?
Oh Lord, Oh yeah, I had that.
Yeah.
Son of a gun. I didn't have it in order, so I didn't hit it first.
Well, you know what? I'm saying this is in order. I guess technically it could have come before, but I know that they're both from the same year.
Right.
And I always do the the main LP first. I guess I could look on there, see if there's a song from there. But anyway, yeah. So nice Australian, the singles. Tough one to get anymore. You can buy resealed cassettes from Gore of that.
You sure can, can't you?
Yeah.
It's a good piece. So,
See, I had one of those, but when no one wanted to buy it, I just burned it.
Did you? Okay.
I lit it on fire.
All right.
All right. So the next album, Crazy Nights.
Tell us the deets.
All right. So here are the deets on Crazy Nights. We're still keeping with the September releases. This one is September 21st, 1987.
Let me stop you for a second. Why do you think that was going on? Why was there a release every September?
Several reasons. It just made the most sense to do a tour around that time. Like they would tour the southern region of the United States in the winter, and then by the time they come to the summer, they'd be touring there. So.
Is that what they did with Creatures of the Night?
No,
because they started in Bismarck, North Dakota, or whatever.
Yeah,
I'm gonna tell you, and I don't know this for a fact. But I'm gonna tell you, I would be willing to bet my bank account this is the reason. Give me my money. You owe me money for a new record if I turned in every year.
Yeah,
and it's been 12 months. I want my money.
Yeah,
that's why. That's why I would guess. So anyway.
I thought this was sealed, but I guess it was just. Had the cellophane on there because it got a cool little hype sticker on there too. But this is another one. Came out September '87, so there was no Kiss album in '86. The first year in Kiss history where there was no album released. So it was 1986. Again, with this one, I don't really have a whole lot of information on this one because there's no TV ad. Every ad that I've seen on this one has been just for regular concerts. So this was they wanted this to be their comeback record, and it just was not. They worked with Ron Nevis on this one, who had previously worked with Bon Jovi because they were trying to make a huge hit. I mean, I know the title track, Crazy Nights, was a huge hit over in the UK, so that's why they continue to play to this day on the UK tour. Nothing in this record except a picture sleeve, and then you get I don't like how the band looks. This is a really, really flimsy feeling record, too.
Yeah, that's the time frame.
Yeah,
really, all records.
Really, really flimsy feeling record on this one. And just a regular black Mercury stock copy of that. The only other thing I have on this one is the picture disc that was put out, too. And I think I've showed this on a show before. So this is a cool little picture disc. It's got that photo on the front, and it's got this photo on the back here.
And there's a variation of that, not what you're thinking either.
Right.
There's a U.S. variation of that of that picture disc.
All right, what's the variation?
It's got a white hype sticker on it.
Oh.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So yeah,
you'll see one tomorrow, Jason, if you want.
Of course, I want to look at it all.
So that's all I have as far as Crazy Nights goes. What do you guys have?
With promo copies, we are back to promo labels. All right.
Yay!
And the hype sticker Andrew was showing comes on the jacket, directly on the jacket for promos. I can't remember. I don't think this one's too tough to find, although maybe it is because mine looks like crap. It's got the hide off the bottom of it. Need to update that. Now we're at BMG for the record club, and that information is going to be on the label, also going to be on the jacket. Let's see. Andrew's already shown that, so put that over there. Let me see if I've got any notes on that. If there's any other record club. No, I think that's the only record club you're going to find of it. So that's all I've got of that. Jason, what have you got?
Just the German. Hold on. There we go.
That's the one 2014 I don't have.
This is not a 2014. I don't.
Ooh.
Oh, okay. Excuse me.
Yeah, I have the 2014 in my cart in my work, but I still haven't purchased it yet. So, and then I don't know if we were showing these, but I do have this 12-inch Crazy Nights single.
Oh, hey, it's pretty cool.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
All right. I've got my other singles down in here.
Yeah, I didn't know if we wanted to show those during the 12-inch part of the single.
I just know
that's all I have.
There's going to be a lot of singles because there's a lot of albums that we talked about.
Okay. So this was kind of interesting. So, there's a Warner Brothers label copy of that.
Really?
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
From where?
Korean.
Interesting.
Yeah. Saw they got pictures of that the other day. That was actually pretty interesting. Okay, there's Germany picture disc of it. Monsters of Rock listed on the backside. And that's about all I've got for that.
Smashes, thrashes, and hits. This was released November 16th, 1988. This is as far as US goes, obviously there were other collections around the world, but this is the second US Kiss compilation, and this was, at the time, double platinum. This was a good seller for them. The regular stock copy doesn't really come with anything except for the lyric sleeve, and if you eagle eyes, or I guess eagle ears, will listen to this and know that it is the tracks coming from Creatures of the Night comes from the 1985 reissue. It doesn't come from the original one. So that's that. So we have just the regular version here that looks like that. And then we also have a picture disc. So the way that you know if it's a picture disc, it does say the 15 years of history at the bottom. You will have the picture disc that looks like this, has the current band on the front and the makeup picture on the back. And then if you take a look at the actual picture disc here, the actual sleeve, it does open up and give you some cool information in there. So I always thought this was kind of cool. Cool makeup shots for the time, and just very cool packaging for the time. So really enjoy this one.
Mine's still sealed.
Is it really?
Yep.
Now, there are variations around the world because I think there are some track lists that are different, correct?
Yeah.
All right, so Tom, why don't you take that away?
Okay, so the promo copy of it, and this is actually kind of tough. Kind of tough promo to find. Still have promo label on it. Got a gold stamp on the back. And then, of course, we've got the the Kisteria copy. This is a promo copy. You can tell because it's got that not for resale, and it's got that fine. Well, let me just show that even better. Although I'm sure I've railed on enough about this. It's got that fine score along it where they cut it with a freaking box cutter to put that sticker on. Thank you, warehouse guy. There's not a lot to say about smashes, thrashes, and hits. There's not a lot of different pressings around the world, although and I don't have the list of it here, but Andrew's right. There's a couple of different track listings, but yeah, we're starting to really shrink the releases worldwide at this point.
Right.
All right. So that's it for that, as far as I know.
Well, so the next one here that I have in my collection, and we talked about this before in previous shows, First Kiss, Last Licks. So, make sure you don't have a counterfeit copy. The way you can tell that is if you look inside the sleeve, you'll see some nice little, markings in there. That's how you know if you got a real copy.
Which nobody has ever shown a counterfeit copy. Nobody's ever shown one.
Everyone's ever shown one.
Yeah, I don't think they exist.
Yeah.
So, and you'll notice it's a real copy because you can see there's some glitter up at the top that's supposed to be there. So under Gene's wing, blah blah blah. But we've talked about this on a previous show before. It's going to have your gold stamp up there because this was for promotional purposes, where it has different tracks: Nowhere to Run, Partners in Crime, Deuce and Strutter, the demos. Really nothing else you could say about this. Are there any variations of this? I don't think so, right? Just a USA?
Yeah. No, nobody else has got this.
Yeah, I'm not going to call it a stock copy because it wasn't for there, but just USA promotional. So, which is what it says on my little thing right there, USA promotional.
Hey, man, you got your fingers all over that vinyl.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, I couldn't care less. In fact, the reason why this is actually my copy that
it wasn't okay. It wasn't your first lick.
No. I was looking at Hot in the Shade.
All right.
No, once we got up to this point, I still have my original copies that I purchased and
me too.
I never got rid of.
So what's that? So we get the next full length album, Kiss.
It is full length, isn't it?
Yeah, Kiss Hot in the Shade. So in this one, it came out October 17th. 1989, and what a piece of shit this album is.
Come on, man. We try to stay positive here.
So, again, inside, I don't know of a TV ad that came out to promote this album. Everything that I've seen has been promoting the tour, and if you don't know, the tour was much, much, much later than the album came out. Typically, the tour would start either before or shortly after the album release. This tour didn't start until March of 1990. With that promotional show on that beach in Texas. So you'll see this album. It has this. It has a lyric sleeve on there, hyping up pictures of Leon and, all this stuff. This really isn't an album that has the Kiss logo on it that was very prominent on the sleeve. You see it kind of up there. But, it in the back kind of looks like that. So standout tracks on this one is Hide Your Heart. But a lot of these tracks are demos, and there's 15 songs on here. I thought if you could trim down 5 of these songs and just put a little more work into some of the other ones, it'll just be a little bit better. But obviously the big hit on this one is Forever. As far as album variations go, I just have the one here, just your regular Plant 49 Mercury label, Kiss Hot in the Shade. That's it. What do you guys got?
Well, the promo copy again has got a promotional label, and again, this is I feel like this is an undervalued promo. This it's hard to find, man.
Yeah,
very hard to find. And oh man, I was so upset. My first one that I got, and I just kept it. I didn't send it back as much as I wanted because it was that hard to find it. I get it, and when I open it up, I can't remember the sequence on this, but the bottom line is a tiny piece of sand fell out of the record. Okay, fell out of the sleeve. I saw it, and my damn record was scratched up from it.
Oh, I bet, yeah.
I mean, I'm like, what is the odds of that happening? So anyway, for super deep nerds that would even remotely care, this is a transition to a second style of Mercury label.
Oh, look at that.
The text around the ring goes almost all the way. Okay, before that, it cut off about here. So anyway, that's a Mercury 2 like you care. There's no variations that I've seen that way, but that doesn't mean that there won't be, somebody find one. The promo copies had the hype sticker on the jacket again.
And mine, I skipped the plastic on mine, so it's on the outside.
That's kind of cool. I like that hype sticker.
Yeah. And Andrew, it probably answers what you were saying about you can't hardly notice the KISS logo on this. In fact, I'll show you something about a German one where somebody didn't notice it at all. But anyway, maybe that was the point of the hype sticker, because every sealed copy I ever saw had that hype sticker on.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, and so I've got a sealed copy here. Can't do much with that. So
I think it's important to note that this is the last record in the catalog that was pressed during, the vinyl boom. But
I mean, more stuff comes out later, but it wasn't initially released. I mean,
correct.
And this is not. It was not an easy LP to find.
It was not.
I mean, it just wasn't around places. Yeah. Here's the original German, and if you can see up in this, so they put the logo in there.
They did.
Instead of running it around the ring, and when they did the 2014s, they changed the
typeface.
So they just went by the
US and
by the US, yeah.
Because they didn't have this, nobody showed it to them. I didn't even notice it honestly till today. And this is one of these things. Now somebody will gripe and moan about that. Well, that didn't match that, and okay. That's this one. That's this one now. This is.
I think that's a cool as hell variant to have.
Yeah.
Makes it completely unique. Unique. I also just
got a unique label.
Yes, and also on the back, the text is printed in white where it's printed in black everywhere else. It seems to me.
I didn't even see that, man. Okay, cool.
I just noticed it today.
Cool. That's cool. That's cool.
All right. So, and the only other one I got is UK. It's got the hype sticker up here that says includes Hide Your Heart.
Hey, that's cool.
It's on the jacket, and it does have a cool, Vertigo label as well. So
yeah, had a cool price sticker on too. Were you scared to take it off?
Yeah, I am. Yeah.
yeah.
Man, one of the record
generally
stores...
I find that's a sign of I tried to take it off and it took a little hide with it, so I put it back.
No, I don't. I leave them. Because of past experiences. I'm just like, what? Screw it. I'm gonna leave it on.
There was a record store right by me that used to put their little price stickers right on the record. I'm like, guys, you're fucking up these records.
That's on the record, yeah.
Ugh.
I got so many records back in the late 70s from the first used record store here in town where the guy would write the price on the jacket.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And we got another guy around this town, and I've talked to different dealers about him, record stores about him. And this guy, he's legendary. His name is Charles Simpson, and he stamps his damn name on both inside portions of the jacket and the labels. Got some really rare stuff with his name on it. Okay. All right. So back to Hot in the Shade. The main most unusual variation I've seen of it is from Ecuador. It's got one of the photos of them up against the firing squad or whatever. There's so many different pictures that I'll give you a picture of it, Andrew. You can put it up here. Mm-hmm. But anyway, so like Jason's saying, man, there really were not very many variations of this thing at all. I mean, they're just dying out on it.
This is the end of vinyl.
It is.
It's the end of
vinyl. I doubt they were pressing anything after '89. I'd say every bit of vinyl you bought, until the oddball ones like Alive 3 or whatever.
Yeah, but Revenge and Alive 3.
I would say any brand new vinyl you bought of KISS in the United States after then was pressed before 89 or in 89 at the latest. But
because there were definitely still some pressing plants pressing vinyl into the early 90s, because I've got some of, my other favorite bands, that I have some 90, 91 pressings, but not any Kiss. So.
Yeah. All right. That's a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, they were in trouble in 1989 after that. Yeah. And it's interesting that Revenge wasn't printed, because they put some money behind Revenge. They wanted the Revenge to be a comeback album, whereas the Hot and the Shady was a comeback tour. So it just was odd. So I mean, if you want to get Revenge on there, you have to go in the U.S. to H&H to get those marble vinyl.
Yeah,
so,
well after it
was released. It's 95. 95 when those.
I mean, I've got to disagree with you a little bit. It's, to me, at that time, it wasn't unusual at all that they didn't press it. Nobody's going to buy it. Nobody's going to buy it.
There was no pressing vinyl then. Once you get to that date, they had almost dismantled all of the pressing plants in the country.
Yeah, I mean,
it was selling that stuff up.
It was to the point that I've got a short in my receiver, and I haven't been able to play anything, so I had to swap it out with my newer one that I don't even remember when I got it, but I was shocked that it even had a button for a phonograph on it.
Yeah.
Shocked it even had it. So, it's just the way it went. So.
Yep.
All right. Well, that's a bunch of records. That is a bunch of records. All right. So, we should have something really solid to report as far as pre-sales and stuff. I would say within the next 3 weeks. The book is essentially done, short of putting it together. Jason and I are meeting up at a guy's house in Tennessee tomorrow to take some final photographs. Like I said earlier in this thing, I spent 8 hours at this guy's house a couple of weeks ago, and quite frankly, there's a couple things we forgot, but that I wanted to include in it. But there's some other interesting inserts and stuff also. So right now the count is up to, I think I'm within about 12 variations of hitting 1,800. It's been unbelievable. I don't know if we'll get there, but if we don't, that's fine. We're still about 400 higher than I thought it was going to ever get. So that's fantastic. On the other side of that is I've got to squeeze this in these books. Right now the plan is 3 volumes. And I am trying my best to not get it into 4 volumes, because if it does, it's gonna push the price up. I'm gonna make sure that the text volume will be available by itself if you want it, or you'll be able to buy all 3 volumes. I'm not going to split them up beyond that. That way you'll get the information that you need. But if you want the extra stuff, you'll get it. I don't even know how many photographs I've got right now. Too many. It's too many. I know that. It is. I had some people asking, well, are you doing the A and the B sides and this and that? Nope, I'm doing the A sides, because, that shows you the differences between label variations. And so I've got close to 1,800 labels.
Wow.
If I did both sides, we just doubled the size of the books. and so that's not good for multiple reasons. Because I've had some stuff going on with work as well, I've been a little behind with my laying out of the book, but that's probably a good thing, because I'm still mulling a few things over in my head. The problem that I'm going to run into, and I'll make a decision, I'll stick with what I'm going to do, and I'm pretty sure I've already made my mind up. But in a perfect world, for every copy of Alive, I would have picture of the front, picture of the back, picture of both sides of the inner sleeves, all 4 labels, the entire book, and the inside gatefold. Okay. But the truth of the matter is, how many times do you need to see the inside of the gatefold? if they're all the same. Now they're not all the same.
No, they're not.
Okay. So then it becomes a matter of, there are some very unique ones. So, clearly I need an example for each LP that covers pretty much what I just said, every part of that package. But then I don't need to continue showing the front of the jacket for every label variation when they are all the same. It'll just drive people nuts. Yeah. But now, so then that brings in the question of, okay, well, how am I going to lay it out then? Because am I going to go, these 12 pictures from the US one, and then, so the next country, let's just say the next one that I say, everything is going to start with the USA pressings. Okay. That's because they're a USA band, and that's just the way I'm doing it. All the other countries are going to fall in alphabetically. Okay. Right. So let's say that the next one is, Brazil. Do I need to show the jacket front again? I don't think I do. It looks exactly like the other one.
Yeah.
So am I just going to put the label there at that point? I think what I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to have the example of the LPs. Then I'm going to show all the different jacket components for every country. So they'll be for Alive. It'll be a section. Now, first of all, let me back into this in case I haven't mentioned it enough on here already. I may not have. Julian Gill has done the synopsis for each LP, so there'll be a backstory for it. Okay. And I thought it was great that he agreed to do that. He's such a knowledgeable guy with that, and it's good to get another voice in on stuff as well. Not to mention he saved me about 6 weeks of time on this book of having to do that. So, you'll see like the essential pictures for a standard release of it. Then I'll show each country that has a unique component to the jacket. Okay.
Right.
And like if they've got a booklet, I'll have the front page of the booklet, even though it's, not different. Same thing will go with the inserts. I think what I'm going to do is have an entire section on inserts. So, like I say, in an ideal world, I would have everything that's related to an LP from Bolivia all in one section. But it just breaks things up so bad, and it's so disjointed doing that. The layout in the book is going to be 6 photographs per page. So, when you start seeing, jacket front, jacket back, label, a jacket front, label, jacket back, it just gets, it's not going to work. It'll be very disjointed to people. So, all these labels are going to be in there, but the labels are all going to be in its own section for the record. Okay. So there'll be a chapter for Alive. It'll have the synopsis of the recording of the record. It'll have photos of whatever I consider to be the standard release. Then it'll have the photos listed by country of unique jacket components. It's probably going to have the inserts separate. Okay. So like, and I hate to be jumping around on this, but this is why it has to be that way. So like Alive 2, we've got at least 3 different kinds of tattoos. Okay. Right. We've got 2 different US and Japanese. Okay. So I would rather have those all together so you can compare them all together rather than flipping through, okay, I'm at the Japanese section. I see this tattoo set. It'll be big enough to see what's important about it.
No, it makes sense.
Now I got to flip back to the U.S.
Makes sense.
And so I think in that way it'll flow well enough that people will be able. It'll make more sense than what it kind of sounds like now. The price point on it, unless something changes dramatically, you're going to be able to buy the set of 3 for $100, $99 plus shipping. I will tell you that. So everybody, you need to start doing your own numbers. Don't be calling me, ask me how much this is going to be to ship to you. I just weighed. These are going to be identical size to my gold mine book, and so I just put 3 of them on the scale, and 3 of them without a box weighs 4 pounds, 4.4 ounces. Okay, so that means each, and that's 1.94 kilograms. So that means an individual book is going to be 1 pound, 1.1 ounces plus packing. So if you live in Norway, you need to figure out for yourself what this shipping is going to cost you. I mean, I'll let you know when it comes time to print it and sell it. But like, I'm not going to ship. It's going to be expensive to ship overseas, and I'm not shipping $100 worth of records without some kind of tracking or insurance on them. So that's the unfortunate aspect of it. Good news is in the U.S. it can ship media rate. So, shipping won't be bad in the U.S. at all. If anybody out there has some kind of an idea on how to do some kind of a big drop ship to Europe, somebody wants to kind of handle it from over there, then, I don't mind doing that at all. There is going to be a leather bound edition, but it's going to come out after the fact. I can't get it out ahead. There's just no way. But I want to do that.
Ebook?
I don't think so.
Oh, it's going to be a really good looking file, though.
It's yeah. I tell you what, if somebody could tell me how I hate to be this way, man, but if somebody could tell me how I could put that out as an ebook and nobody's going to be able to scan it and distribute it, I'd be okay with it. If somebody's gonna make copies of this thing, they're gonna go to a lot of effort to do it. So that's really the killer for me on the ebook. I would love to be able to provide this to people on some kind of a list that they could pull up and keep on their computer, so that they could mark off what they've got or look at it at a record show. But there's not a way to do it and not get taken to the cleaners, essentially. And so bottom line is, when the pre-sale starts.
You just released that app way afterwards.
No, I don't mind doing it way afterwards. But I'm talking about now. I mean, and I may not do that. I don't know. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
Not trying to be, evasive about it or be a jerk about it. But I mean, you can kind of see. I mean, I spent 2 years on this thing.
Yeah.
I'm not looking to make a lot of money, but I'm looking to not make money. And that brings me to another point. So when I start this pre-sale, and I had the same heebie-jeebies about the BK3 record when I did it. I don't know what the response is going to be. But I will tell you that I have to pre-sell a minimum of 350 copies. If I don't pre-sell, and I mean sets, if I don't pre-sell 350 sets, everybody's going to get their money back, and it's not going to come out because I am not losing money on this thing. It's just not happening. So
350 copies.
Well, I mean, there's way more than people. There's way more people not on the page already. So
yeah, they won't. Everybody won't buy it. Everybody won't want it. And I don't know. I don't know what the response will be. The gold mine book, it sold 7,500 copies. That's what they made, and but you're talking about a different audience.
Book. $25 book.
Well, we're talking about a $33 book here. Each one of them's $33.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's not the price point. It's there are more people that want to read about overall Kiss collectibles. Gotcha. I mean, we're a niche here, but I'm hoping to do okay, and we'll see how it does. And I'm telling you, I've just been blown away with stuff that I've seen. I mean, every now and then I get overly excited and share something that somebody has shown me that I haven't seen, but I mean, I have seen some crazy stuff I never thought I'd see, and that's like the double platinum. There was a double platinum from Taiwan that sold on eBay the other day, brought $1,100. I saw that thing 2 weeks ago. Not that one, not that copy, but a copy of it. and I had never seen it. Right now, the bottom line is I still have to learn my software program. I'm wanting to kick it, but that's just the way it is. It takes a little bit of time, and then once I get my template set up, everything will drop in quick. So once I get rolling to the point that I know that I can finish within a couple of weeks, we'll start the pre-sales.
Good.
So hopefully no later than the end of June. Hopefully a little bit before that.
And then the next book, Jason and I are going to do a Kiss bootleg book where all the Kiss.
There's all kinds of people asking me about that. You guys should do that. You guys should.
No, let's let Pablo write him a book. I ain't writing a book.
I'm telling you, man. There's a bunch. When I first started doing this, and when I hemmed and hawed around about it for a while, and I caught wind that somebody else was getting ready to try to do something, and so I thought, no, it's time to put the book out. I had no concept it was going to take this long. No concept. It just kept growing, and thank God it did. Because of contributors from our page. There are several people that, and they'll all be thanked publicly. Every one of them that wants to be, and I never know on this stuff who wants to be and who doesn't. But they're excited about it, and it's been amazing what we found on it. But for people that ever want to do a book like that, I keep I'm encouraging somebody on the page, they need to do this with well, I'm not going to mention the area, but they need to do it. If anybody ever does want to do a book, that's part of why I formed the Rockologists, is to do music related books. Cause I'll tell you right now, I got a hold of my publishers that did my first 2 books. I've never heard back from them. And I'm sitting there going, I don't really get this. I mean, you can't, you cannot at least go no. I mean, you're not, and so that's bound to happen to people. And we're seeing some self-published stuff that's coming out. Hank did his book; he did it by himself, and Alan's done a couple of books, but I do think that as you, I think they can reach a bigger audience. I'm getting too deep on this. Anyway, if anybody's ever interested, I don't mind talking to them about the process. It's not easy. You have to have knowledge, deep knowledge of what you're writing about. You have to be able to communicate in a written manner.
Right.
And you can't be a jackass. That's really the qualifications for putting something like this together. Because all
it's a good
it
thing,
is
Tom. It's a good thing Tom got two of those 3 down.
Right.
Yeah. But it is. It's just it's a project. That's all I'm doing here is I'm a project manager on this thing.
Right.
I mean, couldn't have done it without these other people, kicking in. And at the same time, if I hadn't been doing it, it wouldn't be there either. So
that's right.
Just one of those deals. But anyway, I'm excited about it. I'll be more excited when it finally comes out, and I can just kind of go on and do something else every night.
Yeah, that's true. All right, I guess Andrew's looked bored for the past 45 minutes, so I guess we'll.
No, I'm taking it in. No,
you're not. You're looking around. You're daydreaming about what you're going to be doing after you hang up and all that stuff. We know you, so no, I'm teasing.
I'm gonna go for a walk. It's real nice out today.
Welcome back, Andrew.
Yep, glad to have him back.
He's back. So
and that covers Lick It Up to Hot in the Shade. So there's another group of records. We've still got some more to cover. So don't fret. We've got some ideas for some guests coming up, and then we've got some ideas for some other random topics. We'll see how that goes. Where we'll have to bring in some special guests that has more knowledge on those areas than we have.
Hey,
so.
We should get, for a special guest, we should get the guy who worked on the Kisteria box set. Does any of you guys know him? He did a lot of the...
I'll put in a word.
We should get him on there. He's probably got a lot of knowledge.
But is that it, everybody?
Yeah,
I guess that's it.
That's it.
Anybody need to say anything? All right. Well, we will see you on the next one, guys.
Later.
Want more wax? Visit us at www.kissmywax.net, download the show on iTunes, or email us at contact@kissmywax.net.